Oh, was it? Alright, give it a moment.
Oh,
I think I'm back.
is he back?
Yeah, I think my
What
internet.
happened there?
I think my internet just conked out. I wasn't sure if it's yours or mine, or at the
No,
time. Or was it...
it's actually normally mine.
Yeah, mine just went nope. It just completely went and just died.
It's just like yeah. It's normally me having the stream issues and that when we do stream together.
Mine just went. Oh, we won't leave you out.
I have not had any disconnect issues in nearly a year now, I reckon.
Don't jinx it, darling.
I know, right? Well, I think it might have been my Ethernet cable which needs replacing.
So it was a bit on the weak side.
Yeah, I switched over to Wi-Fi, so but it does create a little bit more
Delay
between me actually saying things and people actually seeing me say things.
How dare it?
I know, right?
Naughty technology. Very naughty.
It was bad intelligence. Very bad intelligence.
You can't say that too much when they have the uprising. But you got to keep the overlords happy.
The robot uprising needs to learn its place. So I will continue the smack talk against the robots. Although, having said that, I've been playing around with AI music a bit lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's scarily good.
It's got a lot better. Like, genuinely.
Well, I've created an entire Slaanesh themed rock album.
I was wondering where that music came from.
Yeah, I made it. Well, kinda, but yeah.
You gave them the prompts and they went with it.
Well, the lyrics are either written by me or generated from ChatGPT, but
Yeah.
tweaked, but then tweaked by me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
you gave it.
The music is AI generated, but yeah, I did have some degree of input.
Yeah, you tweaked it accordingly. Yeah, you gave it prompts and tweaked it.
Yeah. Okay, I have rearranged my entire setup, and now I can't find my Flesh Terrors Red.
Absolute chaos ensues.
I know, right?
God, these...
Is Blood Angels red? Where's my Flesh Terrors red contrast paint?
Just trying to clean up my clippers a minute.
Thank you, Rax Earthshade. Don't want that. We do have a fresh one there. I am confused. What's this? Oh, that's my Black Templar. This one, Wildwood, no.
Yeah, how's everyone doing?
I've lost the plot.
Did you ever have the plot, darling?
I want to know where my script is. Somebody stole it. Aha! Found the red.
Me cutting the guitar string wide didn't do my clippers any good.
Puffmeister, how you doing, my friend? Lyric inspiration came from him being on the Kazi. No, that's the Nurgle stuff that's coming up. No, I'm gonna do a playlist for every themed year that I do.
Sounds like a solid plan, that.
Yeah, but it's scary how good it is. I mean, I can literally get it to write a song about you and me right now, and it would take about 5 minutes to generate it. And it would actually be, like, pretty good.
Do it.
Oh, let me get down a let me get down the first coat of paint, and then I might actually go and create our love song.
Don't get Mrs. G too jealous.
Oh, she knows her place. She knows where she stands in this relationship.
At the top?
Don't you, Mrs. G? Yeah. 100%. She knows how much I love my Fruit Loop.
I think I've repaired the snips a bit. I am not using these snips to be cutting metal again. I thought guitar string was easy to cut. I didn't realise it was tough. Alright, hug. Let me know, folks. Alright. Go on, quick. Double. No. Oh. Go on.
Okay, now. Hey.
Oh. Ah, that's my nose. Ah. Ah. Affection. Bleh.
Don't be worried about what's going on.
Affection. Bleh.
Oh no. Cooties.
Yeah.
Girls smell. Ugh.
Sometimes better than boys.
I didn't say they smell bad. They just smell. They smell like flowers.
What happens if I have a hay fever? The dogs are going nuts because they're going over to see their grandparents.
Then the smell of that woman will stuff you up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess I'll be working on nights for the foreseeable future then.
Nice.
Well, it's about 2 years delayed though.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could crack the whip for you. Whoopah!
When was it we were supposed to have the night off in Warhammer World?
I don't know. When was the last time we were at Warhammer World together?
Last year.
Before last, wasn't it?
Yeah, I swear there was supposed to be a night off the time before that. That's why you brought out your.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was LoopCon.
Yeah. That's how you brought out your Titan.
I tell you what, I don't know what a night off looks like.
Oh my dick. The opposite of a night on.
Yeah.
Just in case that helps you.
On it, eh?
Never know.
Get down on it.
How's Mrs. G getting on with her vampires then?
She has got the hobby bug bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think there's creams for that.
The thing is, I used to rely on her to kind of rein me in of, oh, new shiny came out, and then she's like, yeah, but do you need it?
That was the other way around?
Now I have to rein her in.
Well, has she... I don't know if it take any interest in her. Has she heard the latest rumor that's making its way around for vampires and stuff?
No.
They're potentially making their way to Old World because
Vampire counts in Old World, yeah.
Yeah, because they were showcasing
Think I
their
had heard that.
artwork in a post.
Huh?
They were showcasing their artwork in a post.
She's literally saying over here, "Don't need it, don't need it."
Yeah, because some people were like, "Oh yeah, that's Soul Blight, that's this, that's that," and other people went, "No, that's not Soul Blight, that's the old Vampire Count artwork."
To be fair, though, a lot of the Soul Blight is holdover from that model range.
Oh, they've been releasing it now, like getting rid of it. One of the last things really to go was the Black Knights and the Graveguard.
Yeah. But to be fair, they've been replaced with pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, but now what they can do is like they can go, oh, by the way, you want vampire counts, here's your models.
True.
Now, I need to go and get a flame. 1 moment.
I have the original vampire counts at Warhammer Armies book behind me.
Don't try this at home without a visor.
Yeah, I've got the original Vampire Counts Army book behind me.
Oh.
Hold on, let's see if I can grab it.
Well, I'm actually in the process of selling off my Soul Blight anyway.
I can't actually see it. There somewhere.
It'll turn up when you're not looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely there somewhere. I seem to have lost track of it. Well, there's the original Undead one, the one that preceded the Vampire Counts.
I used to have that,
That's
and
the
then
original...
I lent it to a friend, and they destroyed it.
Yeah, Warhammer Armies Undead. Look at that. Old school. What was the date that was printed?
Oh, dear God. Part of me wants to sell my Soul Blight because I haven't touched it for like 4 to 5 years. But then, because a lot of those
Copyright
models...
1994.
1994? God, I was only 4. Jeez.
God, don't make me feel old.
You're only as old as you feel, darling. Some days more older than others. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I haven't touched Soul Blight in a very long time. I haven't actually touched any of the new edition of AOS. I was like, oh, I'll sell it off. And then part of me is going, wait a minute, Old World Vampire counts, because a lot of my stuff is old Skelly Bones. Can I just not transition it over? But then I haven't really played any Old World.
It's bugging me now because I knew it should have been with that. This is riveting watching though for people watching. I'm just
They're like, we're here to see the painting. Why aren't you painting?
I wanted to show off the cool old thing.
That the scary
before
thought
you say
is
it.
is a lot older than a lot of people in the hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, don't remind me. I was in my early teens when I got into it.
I see, you're not that old.
If you were only 4 years old in 1994, then I'm a good 9 years your senior.
See, it's not that it's not that bad then. Don't see the problem.
And Mrs. G's even older. Love you, dear.
I was going to say, Kelly's older than me by like 6 months.
Yeah, it's about 10 months between us. We get 2 months of the year where we're the same age.
Yeah, she doesn't like me reminding her. But are you excited for your holidays?
Oh, hell yes. Cannot wait to come up and see you, or down and see you. Whichever way up you're holding the map.
I'd say come down. Because me and the lady have booked the whole week off.
Nice. Got to come up with lots of things to keep Beth entertained.
I do
I remember
believe
last time she actually she was really excited about like doing all the stuff that we did, but I think we did so much like in the first half of the week that she got burnt out and was just like, I don't want to do any more stuff.
it's pace it out, isn't it? I think there's Longleat on the way.
Just catch up with. I've spent so much time talking to you. I've been ignoring chat, which is I've been very remiss. Creepy Kangaroo, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Puffmaster says I'm finally hobbying, but I can't find my bloody pipettes. Oh, but yeah, for like little squeezy. Are you basting your models?
Buttery biscuit base.
Yoshin says cancer screening came back clean, and I got much wolves. Woof woof. Yeah, because that was this weekend, isn't it? Everyone managed to get their Space Wolf Army boxes in hand.
Yeah, the Space Wolves look very, very nice.
Woof woof woof. That reminds me, actually, I've got a model I need to send to Jotun. I found a random Finecast Space Wolf model as well, the old banner bearer.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I said he could have it. So.
Well, I like the way they've gone with the Space Wolf, as in aesthetic-wise, because they've pulled back a little bit more towards the Viking aesthetic. Not so much everything like fur. Just it feels to what they were like in the Heresy.
Yeah, that Logan Grimnar model and that is just epic.
Yeah, at work I had to really, really bite my hand to be like, I don't want to start wolves. I don't want to be starting.
Luckily, I can live vicariously for a very good friend of mine that I play with on the semi-regular, and that's kind of it was one of his main armies for the longest time.
Yep.
He recently moved house though, and somewhere during the move he can't find his Space Wolf collection. So
hopefully it turns up.
He's made the decision to like go sod it, they're gone, and he's starting again from scratch.
Sometimes it's nice to start from scratch, on that clean slate.
Yeah. I managed. I had a bunch of Space Marine models and that, and even a repulsor tank that I had just sitting there on the spur and that, and I let him have them for cost. So
Nice.
yeah, I collected a lot of them from like the Conquest magazines,
Yes.
like
Yes.
the weekly publications and that. So I got them super cheap. So I just let him have them for what I paid for them. So to
Yeah.
help him out, give him a leg up.
Those magazines are great.
My hoarding pays off.
Those magazines are great value for like if they're
They
the stuff
are.
you after.
I am. I'm really hoping I can get next week's issue,
Which one's
because
that then?
next week's issue comes with a full unit of Chaos Terminators for a tenner.
Oh.
It's a £40 kit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ooh. Like,
Yeah, but
what?
it's not like split across 2 issues or anything. It's all in the one. £10, 5 Terminators
They are
for a
gonna.
tenner.
Those are gonna fly.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can get 1 or 2 copies from my local Asda, but I'm not holding out hope. My brother tried, because they did the same thing this week's issue. This week's issue was the Wraithguard, which was 5 for a tenner again, and I tried to pick up a couple of copies so that I could give them to him,
Yeah.
and he'll give me the money back. But nah, by the time I got there, the cupboards were bare.
Yeah, it's a strange one when it comes to that kind of thing. It's like, damn, you know, the value in them. Like, holy smokes.
Jem Hadar, how you doing? I see you guys wants to speed run the tomb today. I was saying those things about Mrs. G. She knows I love her, really. Oh, we've got Mrs. G coming over, showing off what she's working on.
By the time you've spoken, I've done 2 models.
Mrs. G showing off her bats.
Nice.
Looking very good there, Mrs. G.
Ooh, are they the spell bats?
Yeah, they're not
Endless
called
spells.
endless spells anymore. They're called manifestations.
Manifestations.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go.
Very nice.
That's the last one from the kit that she had left to do.
They gone spoopy. Go spoop.
Did Gus show you? Did Gus show Mark the card? Oh yeah. So I don't know whether you saw in my picture Jotun posted in my fan art page.
Yeah.
But do you know the story about where my screen name came from?
I've been told it in passing, but I can't quite remember it right this minute.
So it's to do with an old Magic the Gathering card.
Okay.
Called Gus, funny enough.
Yep.
And apparently the artwork looked like me. Jotun has taken it upon himself to repaint the artwork into Gribble on one of his cards.
That's cool. Really cool.
Hold on, I'll bring it up on. There we go. Full on Mark stream at the second. Let's minimize that. There is my. There it is. There we go. This is the original next to the repaint of Gribble with his cup of tea.
Oh my god.
I know, isn't it amazing?
That's awesome. That is freaking awesome.
I know, it's brilliant.
That is so cool.
No, I love it so much. I really do.
Well, that reminded me. A lady Gus sent me an image related to a nickname like a few weeks back, and it completely caught me off guard. The Fruit Loop. It was the. See if I can find it a minute.
Oh yeah, the Handmaid's Tale meme.
Yeah, it was just completely. I was like, what? Oh,
Yeah, blessed be the Fruit Loops. Yeah, it's not like she even made that one. She found that.
yeah. Because there you go. The people can see what it is. Like, blessed be the Fruit Loops. Freaking love it.
Yeah. For anybody thinking that I misspelled the title of the stream, I didn't. That's how Fruit Loops is spelled.
Yeah.
FROOT. Speaking of, we have a T redeem. I didn't hear that go off. Probably because I was on the other screen. But anyway, cheers. Thank you.
Yes. I'm most likely continuing selling off my Soul Blight. And I'm even selling off my Star Wars Legion Imperial Empire.
You're selling off your Soul Blight. Everyone seems to be selling their Soul Blight at the minute.
It's just.
Apart from Mrs. G.
I think.
Everyone keeps offering it to her.
Nah, my one is. It's just been there for so long.
She says, how much are you selling Neferata for?
Well, it's a magnetized up Neferata. You can use it as Manfred and as Arcan.
Well, she's already got Manfred.
Manfred.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to stick with my dwarves and giants at the moment.
Fair. Your giants are amazing, though.
Thank you.
If for no other reason than the work you put into the bases.
I was just... Well, I want to do something similar with my knights. Going, they're such a big base. You need to do something on it.
Yeah.
Because if you just, like,
yeah. Yeah, I took the same tack with mine because I painted them up so that they've all got like these glowing wherever they're treading, like the ground is cracking underneath them, but then there's like glowing chaos symbols that are forming in the ground around them.
So the way I'm looking at doing it is using my 3D prints of like Mark 3, Mark 4 Space Marine casualties, printing out some ruin bits, like broken down pillars and stuff like that. Just dot it around like they're making their way through some form of fortification or something.
Well, that's one of the other things that I use is I found in a charity shop like a long time ago. I found this box of they were like plaster of Paris pillars.
Oh yeah,
they were from a wedding cake. But the great thing about them is that because they're solid, if you like literally take a hammer to them, then you actually end up with like broken like chunks of pillar and that, so you can like scatter them around.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. And all the parts kind of fit together and that. So it actually looks like it's not just random chunks of
masonry.
Stone.
Yeah, because that's what I want to do. I'm going to rebase up my plague giant that I done so it fits the whole moot. You know, them storming through the halfling homestead.
Right.
Then that'll give me 4 mega gargants, 6 little giants. Plus, I'm hopefully going to try and get hold of the other 2 sculpts from GT Combat Max Mini. Get that going, so then I'll have 6.
Do you need any more? Because I actually picked up the Mortal Realms magazine, the 2 issues and that have the giant in them. It's only the little giant, but I don't know if you have any use for that.
I think I'm all good, thank you. I think, says famous last words.
Yeah. I think I picked it up originally because I planned to do a Nurgle Soul Grinder conversion with it.
Ah, that'd be cool. That would actually be really cool.
Just need some like Defiler legs, and then I can just like convert the upper body
and go from there
of the giant. Maybe do a head swap and add some Nurgly bits to it. That'll look quite cool.
Oh yeah, I really love it when people put time and effort in and convert stuff up. Make it their own. I love that.
Yeah. Although they've just put out the new balance data slate for 40k and that, and they've now said that defilers have to be on 160mm bases.
Oh, they finally gave them a base.
Yeah. The model still doesn't come with one.
No, you just have to somehow acquire a 160mm base.
But printer go burr.
Yeah, I know 100%. Printer go very much burr.
Yeah, they actually printed out quite nicely. If they were in black plastic, you look from the top, you wouldn't know that they weren't Games Workshop bases.
Yeah, no, 100%. Saves you those few pennies, doesn't it?
Yeah. I've got my printer going at the moment. I'm testing out something new that I bought.
Ooh.
I've had a lot of problems with warping and the prints lifting from the print bed.
Okay.
So I have ordered myself the low temperature super tack plate.
Oh, to see if it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I have been warned that it's really good at keeping the models down and stopping them from warping. It's also really good at keeping hold of the models once they're done.
Try and pop them off. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, that's not the easiest thing to do. Especially with smaller parts and that, it's like kind of. But yeah, we'll give it a go.
That's all you can do.
I'm currently printing off the sides of a Chaos Rhino at the moment. But I've got it with the finest nozzle on the finest setting, and so just to paint the 2 side track pieces is a 15-hour print.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not in a rush.
No, that's the thing. You just let it go and tick along, and as long as it's reliable.
That's it. Yeah. And because it's the low temperature plate as well, I'm hoping it will cut down on my power bill a little bit.
Yes, because you'll put it on the lowest temperature setting. By that logic, it will be less.
Yeah, well, I had the plate set to like 75 degrees and that. It's now set to 45.
Yeah,
so
that's gonna knock off a third
make
of
a
its
big
usage.
difference.
Yeah. Oh, that's one bit of the honky chonk. Honky chonk. Painted alongside you both today. Ah, no worries. Welcome in. Welcome in. What are you painting, if you don't mind me asking?
Did I say hello to Alex as a cat? If I didn't, I'm saying hello now. How you doing? It's just because everyone loves Mrs. G. What? Because they keep offering her their armies. It's true. It's true.
It's just, I would love to keep my Soul Blight, but I'm just looking at it going, it's sat there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I made the difficult decision before Christmas and that to get rid of my Grey Knight army. And I'm now sitting here looking at my Tau army, and I'm like,
Tau army's
so
getting
much
scared.
time and effort put in, but it's an army I'm probably never going to finish. I might never even play with her again. I don't know. But then as soon as I get rid of it, I'm like, well, then all of a sudden I might want to.
That's the problem I came across. I've had to expunge the vast majority of my Primaris Dark Angels, the bills. I've kept the characters and the name characters and stuff like that, and the Leviathan set. But I was just like, I've kept my firstborn, all this and all that. Part of me's kind of going, I can always buy the Primaris some point later on. It's not like it's out of production.
No, that's fair.
So I kept the firstborn because you can't buy that. And it's just, sometimes it's being an adult. People don't like being an adult, but sometimes you kind of got to go, I don't have all this space.
Highly overrated. It was not as advertised.
I lost my receipt. I was too young. Can't get a refund.
This adulting malarkey and that, it's just like, it's... Who came up with this? Who came up with this shit? Ow. I want a refund.
Sorry, darling, you lost that. You only had a year to get a refund.
My adulthood is outside of its warranty. Oh, no.
Yeah. But I did do a bit of Warhammering yesterday. Scary thought. I actually went Games Workshop store. I bought the mission deck because I tried to get it through Element and Wayland and other places. All sold out. I even had a refund from Wayland because Games Workshop only gave them like half the stock they were allocated or something along those lines. So I waited out, queued. They only had 5 in the store. So I was able to get the first one. I was like, yoink, I'm gone. Bye.
Yeah. No, I was lucky I managed to get hold of one.
Hmm.
I like the mechanic for the new season. Where you have if you're more than you get an extra side quest.
Yeah.
If you're more than 6 points behind.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it isn't just if you're behind in points, like by 1 point you get it. You are 6 or so points, you then activate it.
Yeah. So you draw a card and then but you then get to hold it for the rest of the game and you can use it as a free stratagem.
Yeah.
Or use it to score points. And it's like it's a really cool idea. I kind of like this.
It's a similar, funnily enough, it's a similar mechanic to the Batman game. Because in the Batman game, you get your mission cards, your objective cards, and you can use them to score your points for, scoring the game, or you can burn them for a stratagem, like an ability.
What are you doing over there? Okay.
All a figment of your imagination, good sir.
Mrs. G's making falafel.
Ooh, falafel. You falafel around. Falafel around.
They do.
Falafel the falafel. But yeah, I will say, I do like the fact that in this pack, it encompasses more of the gaming community because there's rules in here for incursion, strike, and the really large games. You've also got the match play missions, but also you've got the asymmetric, more narrative-based missions. So it's kind of like whatever kind of player you are, this is a great thing to have.
Yeah, I was looking at some of those. Some of those look like a absolute pain in the butt to set up.
Yes, I'm not going to deny it. Some of them are, they look like they're a lot of time and effort, but I will, I will give credit where credit's due. It's nice that they've included them.
Yeah, the one thing that I noticed on there as well with the map deployments, and that's something that they've done that I actually don't think is a good thing. They've started showing you all like the measurements for like the positioning of the objectives and that. but they've started showing you the measurements from the edge of the table. Because they used to show you the measurements from the center.
Yeah, because then you could use whatever mat you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, because then it didn't matter what size table you played on. Like it would just mean that your deployment zones were slightly bigger, but everything else, like in the middle and everything, would still play out exactly the same. But now, because they've put all the measurements from the edges,
you need to have the same board.
It will now change it depending on what size table. Because, well, they don't want people playing on the old school table sizes and that.
Yeah.
You know what? That's not going to stop me.
Yeah, because they want it on the 5.5 by 3.5 or whatever it was.
Yeah. But despite the fact that they still say in the book, this is the recommended minimum size, but you can play on any size you like.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but then you present this thing where you're measuring from the edges and that's going to change depending on what table service you're on. So it's like, you're sending me mixed messages here.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a very much a weird one. I'm just trying to take the positive out of it because, been told, oh, you're miserable so-and-so when it comes to match play and stuff like that. It's like, yes, because I don't want it rammed down my throat every 5 seconds. I want options.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do match play, but casually.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if everyone's like playing competitive lists and
best
just
builds.
like, oh, I have to have the best tournament list. It's like, well, what are you playing at a tournament? Well, no, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing at stake here.
I've had the discussion with other people before about it, and it's a catch-22 now. Because people have a lot of the time, people have a lot less expendable pennies, like they used to. It's just this whole vicious cycle, and less time to play around with, that people inherently want to have stuff that will just be good on the table. Like, good rules and stuff like that. Not everyone. I'm just saying a lot of the time. Then when you ask someone for a more relaxed match play game, they may not own the models to dial it back, shall we say. And it is
I
a
understand
shame.
that. I suppose it's because I look at the game as models first.
Yes.
And it's like I don't build an army that is competitive on the table. Sorry about the noise in the background. I don't build an army that's competitive rules wise. I build an army that looks cool.
Yeah. Well, like for me I'm probably the same. I like having the rules try and match what I'm trying to build, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like making it understand, and people know I like my dangles, or horror. I like my dark angels.
Yeah.
But their detachments recently weren't that great for like a tri-wing. You had your green wing, your raven wing, and your death wing. Their detachments weren't that great for it. And then with the latest data sheet, they brought out a new detachment, which I love, because it really does help make it feel like you can take a mixed tri-wing setup, and it's actually got some teeth to it, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
The green wing's there with its firepower and trying to hold the backfield, XYZ. You got the raven wing shooting up.
That's the thing, though.
Yeah.
If Games Workshop do their jobs properly, then absolutely everything in the book should be viable.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter what you bring.
Yeah.
Everything should be good.
Everything should have an option. And the thing was, like, people may like them or they may lump them. Spiky Bits done a little video that I found interesting, where they said about game testing. Now, people know I work for Troll Trader and I help paint TD Combat, so I can see stuff getting play tested in TD Combat for future releases. So I can second it. When it comes to Games Workshop testing out a new faction, let's say the rule book for Votan comes out end of summer holidays. It will still take a monumental amount of time to test out, as in play, X units. Because let's say on average it takes you 2.5 hours to play a 2,000 point game. And you kind of go, how many factions are in 40k? There's probably 15 armies, let's say, for spitballing. Cool, so you have one Votan force versus one army of those 15 factions. That's 2.5 hours of time. That adds up because, what was it? It was 2.5 hours times by 15.
Hell Knight, thank you very much for the Prime sub.
That's 37 hours just with one build. Per, one build. It soon adds up.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, I want to do a different build with the Votan against the same armies, like World Eaters, Emperor's Children, the same build list. Cool, that's now gone to over 70 hours. Oh, you want to have different build lists and stuff. So it does add up, and people have just turned around and said, if it's a time thing, that they're struggling to have the time to, make sure everything works, go back to being like 5-year rotation, not 3-year. Do you give yourself time? Because how many times now have people got their books like maybe 6 years before the end of an edition? They kind of go, oh great, I've only got not 6 years, 6 months. They kind of go, oh, I've only had this book for 6 months and it's being it's going to be null and void.
Yeah.
And it's not a very nice feeling.
No. I hope they don't reboot every 2 cycles now. I hope they don't have an intention of doing that.
Yeah, because that's the worry that some people have for Heresy.
Yeah. Because we get a new edition every 3 years, and at the moment they seem to be on a 6-year cycle to just completely reboot it. And I hope that doesn't extend.
Yeah. And I think that's where, say, on the Heresy side, there's like a rift in the community, because you got some people that are like very much, oh yeah, new rules, new this, new that, and then you got the Longbeards, the old guard, going, we didn't want new rules, we just wanted things tweaked and fixed and amended, so it could have been like a Age of Darkness 2.5 book, not a whole new edition with mechanics from Rogue Trader and Necromunda and all this and all that thrown in. It's like, it feels a very feel bad moment of, I spent all this money on these books, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I understand Games Workshop needs to make its money. I'm not stupid. I know businesses and stuff like that, but it's still, they're treating
I do wonder how sustainable their current practices are.
Yeah. Well, their practices are heavily influenced by Magic the Gathering, because a lot of their CEOs, their shareholders and stuff, are from that background. They have the rotation, the trading card game rotation idea. And that's one thing in a card game, because you buy your card, play with your card, and then you're done with playing with your card. You're not wasting time building a card. You're not physically building a card, are you?
No.
I think that's where the heat and the frustration comes from. It is a difficult situation, I'm not saying it needs to go stagnant or anything like that. It's just like, pull back on the brake a little bit. That's all it is. Just pull back on the brake. You don't need it every 2 seconds. Let us just enjoy the thing that you've created more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't get as much actual game time as I'd like. I get 1 day a week where I get to spend in like 3-4 hours.
Yep.
And even then, most of the time in that, it's like I need to find somebody else to play a game with, and I can't always do that.
Yep.
So I don't get to game every week doing it that way even.
No.
So
Yeah, I think my problem was I was gaming an awful lot many years ago. I think maybe 3 years ago. I was gaming an awful lot, but I can't, because of adult things happen and stuff like that. I'm not a kid. I've got other things that take precedence, so I can't.
I need an adult. I need an adult.
I need an adult. Like I can't warrant spending all that time playing on a board game. I'd say a board game, a tabletop game, and then the mechanics change with an update, and I'm like, what? You know, the goalposts change and stuff like that. And it's just, you know, I'm tired of feeling very defeated by it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with like Age of Sigmar and that the new General's Handbook's just been released.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in hand like next week. I bought the last one, and I've only played a couple of games of Spearhead in the last year.
Yeah, and I think that yeah.
Yeah, I spent all the money on that book, and I haven't bloody used it.
Well, I think that's
now I've got to buy another one.
And I think that's what caused the friction for me and Heresy, because I was so excited to play it when it came out. And I played a fair few games of it, and then things got in the way. Life got in the way, and I didn't play it as much. And then I kind of go, in my mind, I go, Heresy, stable game, is not going to get fiddled with on a regular basis. A bit like Middle Earth.
Sweet summer child.
Yeah, and then they go, oh, it's a 3-year cycle now. That's what it looks like. And I'm like, oh, I don't want that. Hello, Mr. Kaz. What are you doing, Mr. Kaz? You done? Kaz, what have you done? Said the donation goal has moved. Oh, that's very kind of you, good sir.
What's going on? What's going on?
So
What's
basically, Kaz has donated to the giveaway, to charity.
Nice.
So we're 6% of the way there.
Well, let's tell everybody about it, shall we?
You'll probably be more articulated than me.
Yeah, I don't actually know. That was more me kind of prompting you to tell me.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Basically, the long and short of it.
We'll talk about it for all the kids at home and me.
So the long and short of it, this is a fundraiser for Macmillan Cancer Support, where at end of the month on Sunday the 29th, I am going to be doing all my hair on my head removed for charity. All being removed. I am having it all shaved off and donated.
We're going to be Baldy Mark.
Yes, I'm going to be Boulder Mark.
Boulder Mark, yeah.
I'm going to be Boulder Mark. And it's going to be donated to make wigs. And what I'm doing as prize support for the charity, for every £5 someone donate or equivalent, you'll get a ticket into the raffle. So if someone donates £20, they get 4 raffle tickets. and for every £100 that is raised, I add something into the prize pool. And on the Sunday, when my hair is being carved off my scalp, I'm going to be doing the raffles and giving giveaways away, which are like 2-player starter sets, half tilt paints. I'm trying to have a few words with other people to see if they want to support and go from there. All goes to Macmillan, which they do a very good job for a very, very difficult situation for a lot of us.
They do. Well, if you've got a link that you can pop in my chat, then
good sir.
Please do. Everybody that can get involved with that, please do.
Sure.
Mrs. Gus is not a charity.
Didn't know she was Macmillan. Go. In there for you, good sir. Yes, at this moment as option, I got starter paint.
Yeah, anybody that can spare anything and wants to get involved with Mark's charity donation-a-thon, or whatever you want to call it.
Charity donation-a-thon. Because I've got...
Yeah, please, anything you can give, please click on the link that's in chat right now. Head on over to Mark's page and, give what you can.
Because the nice thing is...
for a very good cause.
If you can't get there on the Sunday, you can still... Need to make something so charity is more visible. Ow. I'm kind of like, ow. Oh, no.
Maybe just put something on your actual screen. So, like a little info bubble and that's like permanently on your screen.
They
can then
I got
put
an idea.
And create a command for it in chat.
That now. I'll get my
He's getting his technical team on it right now.
Gonna get Photoshop open a minute. I do actually have a bot. I do have a bot that says about it, like every 20 or so seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe copy that over to a command and that people can just prompt whenever. Oh, just took a sip of tea. There's bones in it.
Let me just download the image. So I've got the image. That's why you lot are all the smart cookies.
It's cookies? I want cookies. Where are my cookies, damn it?
They're down here when you come on holiday.
We're not allowed them.
I'll make you some peanut butter.
Well, maybe the diet goes on hold that week.
I'll make you some nice
Huh?
Have a high five.
Oh. I've just been given a Slimming World Rocky Road hi-fi bar.
Okay.
This is what I get instead of cookies. Although they're quite nice. They're covered in marshmallows. Look at that.
Nice. Yeah, me and the other half need to get back onto the old diet. With everything going on, it went a little bit whiff. Hello? Hello?
And then I said, we can't bury the body there. And we just got on with our lives. But you didn't hear that from me.
I didn't say a dicky bird. Color.
What the fuck?
Hello, Munch. How are you doing, good sir? Annoyingly, the lady went out, and instead of our folks coming over here, she went over to them.
Hey, Munchie. That reminds me, I need to clear those pasties out of my freezer.
Oh my god, you still got them in there?
Like, I think there's like one or two that got left in the bottom and that and just kind of forgotten about. You left me 10 pasties.
I thought you would like them.
We did. We did. But it kind of, they were in there so long, it just kind of got to the point of, are they still safe to eat?
Yeah, if they're
And
frozen,
we just never cleared them out.
If they're frozen, you're all good. You're all good.
They've been in there 2 years.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I've had worse. I've had worse. Don't worry about it, good sir.
Yeah, we ate most of them. Yeah, they were very nice, in fact.
Gosh.
Your stream seems to have gone into an ad. Hold on. Wait a minute. Why haven't I? I think I have. I do believe I do. There we go. Let's get rid of those ads.
Oh, thank you kindly.
There we go. That's better.
Thank you kindly, good sir. That is how you spell donate. I think that is.
I didn't realise I'm one of your first badge holders.
Yeah,
I didn't realise I was one of your OGs.
the one of the good eggs.
Well, I won't go that far.
Uh,
Slightly scrambled.
how does that look to everyone then? Just looks a bit jacked. It's just in the corner for the moment. I'll fiddle with it a bit more later on. But it's there.
Yeah, I think the color palette's a little off.
Yeah, is there?
I think maybe like red and white, red background rather than the green.
Yeah, it's just annoying because it is their colours.
I get that, but it needs to stand out more. Because you've got such like a because yours like work surface and everything around it is like very grey, kind of. It doesn't really stand out as much.
I'll fiddle with it later on.
I mean, I'm talking from a color blind as a bat perspective, so
still Gucci, but yeah, I'll fiddle with it later on. There's famous last words. Yeah. But how's Munchables doing?
What famous last words like? Yes, I'm sure the electric's turned off.
No, it's more, I'm sure the gas is turned off.
What do you mean, funny smell?
Yes, I was hoping to cut the lawn this morning and it was still so wet. It was like, great! Ah. Anger at adulting. Washed the car, hoovered out, done the ground front and back. Oh damn, you have been productive.
Busy little bee, busy little bee.
Oh yeah, Kelly's gone over to see her folks. And I got to go over and see her sister and her sister's partner this evening for their game night card thingy. So it's like, okay, cool. Get me out of the house. Get me out of the four walls.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, I like my four
Needs
walls.
to be done every now and then.
It's like my diggy hole. It's my four walls.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
I
do
like getting out every now and then, but I'm quite content in my little pit.
Ah, you being a bit of a hobbit.
Let's just say I identify more with them than I do anybody else in Middle Earth.
Munchie says you got to take advantage of those hyper moments. Yeah, 100%, 100%. You got those moments that you want, got that focus and you want to get stuff done. You get it done.
Got to rock those ADHD superpowers. Hyper focus activate. Except that it doesn't work that way.
If only you just turn a
It's
key or something.
It's more like the Hulk rage. It's like just all of a sudden, it's like
What?
It just randomly turns on whenever you're like hungry or cranky or.
Like, why? Why now?
Slightly constipated.
Oh, prune juice will help with that, darling. But good news, Munch. I got the night resprayed again this morning. I was spraying up the night I was building yesterday. And the rattle can had a funny 5 minutes and it sprayed on a bit thick in some areas. So it was actually bubbling underneath the paint. Like it done a weird texture.
In my head, when you said good news then and that, for some reason it just immediately translated to the voice of the professor from Futurama. Yeah. Good news, everyone!
You're going to die on this next mission. Good news, everyone. I've sold you off into slavery. I may have just ordered the Soul Survivor console. Oh my god, Munch, you really have jumped onto the Fallout train, didn't you? Which is not a bad thing, I can't complain. I went a bit ham on Batman a few months back. I was buying stuff left, right and centre that I was like, haven't got that one, haven't got that one.
I'm actually quite excited for the next series of Fallout to come out on Prime.
It's going to look really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the first series was actually really good. Like, surprisingly so.
Well, the weird thing was, Amazon wasn't too sure how well it would be received. They didn't think it was going to do that well. So they just didn't fiddle with it. Which was actually a saving grace.
Yeah.
It's all good. There's nothing wrong with being happy and inspired by XYZ. That's supposed Is that supposed to go like that? Oh, ain't I a smart bug?
Who's a clever boy? Who's a clever boy then?
And I'm like, how does that link up? Oh shit, it goes like that. The other one I put together actually had the hull already built.
Oh, was it like second-hand one?
Yeah, basically, I got it from work. The hull was already built, so I just had to bit all the guns and stuff on.
Cool.
And saves me a headache, doesn't it?
Very much so.
Happy, I know. So I clap my hands. No Rex ever. But that's what I mean by the instruction now with saying earlier on, like the where got to follow the instructions. What goes where next?
Yeah. Well, it's like, oh, I can see that bit goes over that bit, but it turns out there was another bit
That goes
that
behind
goes
it.
between those two bits that then holds on another bit that goes on later. And it's like,
Yeah.
God damn it! Why can't I just clip it off and put it together?
Nope. Yes, Munch. I figured out my next painting project for the next month. It's walkers. Well, I do have some other things I need to paint in the meantime as well. So I got
Yeah,
I
I've
got
got
a
a
dark-
Griffcon project I've got to do as well.
or what?
My Griffcon project
Ah,
for my demo game.
yeah.
I'm running a Ash Wastes race, death race.
Mad Maxi, Gorkamore kind of thing.
Yeah, basically. There's basically going to be, I think maybe 6 races. I think maybe 6 players is probably the most
Comfortable
and
level.
yeah. So they'll be playing a game of Ash Waste with 1 vehicle each,
Nice.
and it'll be a race to the finish line.
Nice.
They can either try and blow each other up, or they can just try and outpace each other.
Munchie said the front room. No, a certain family are on their way down, and I need to paint up a thing to play against them. So I've been meaning to paint up some knights for a while now, so I'm going to be chipping away at them. But I do have a Dark Angel, a Black Templar, and something else to paint for me showcasing Greytide stuff in the future.
Oh, nice.
Well, the idea is if I go to conventions stuff and I'm showcasing like Greytide there and bits and pieces, there's no point me just going, here's the bits. I might as well have a display going, here's how they look when they're painted up. So I've got a Space Wolf done. I got a Blood Angel done so far.
Nice.
Then I got a Dark Angel, Black Templar, and then I'm gonna possibly do an Ultramarine. Because they do have like an Ultramarine small little pack.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that, because there's no point you buying conversion bits if you don't know what they're gonna look like. Also, it's good to have show and tell. My Deathclaw got some love from one of the... Oh, that's really cool! From the Modifius painters. I do want to work on my terrain for Batman. But it's trying to... It's trying to get some games of it, because the problem is down here, that bridge of Batman's kind of been burnt by Night Model's care of it. But oh, whoopsie! Don't exist anymore.
Oopsie poopsie.
Yeah, that was the problem. People down here used to love it pre-COVID, and then they were buying the stock, and then the quality control was horrendous. Like parts we missing, and or incorrect parts. Like I think one of them bought a mirror, Queen Mirror model, and one of the legs, because she's like one leg is attached to her torso and the other leg's bent and it's separate, so it's like doing like a jumping kind of pose. Yeah, I think the leg was from a Robin.
Oh.
A Batman sidekick. And people can understand if mistakes are done. You know, you can understand mistakes happen, we're all human. But it was when it took them so long to fix that mistake. Killed a lot of the enthusiasm. Which is a shame.
Yeah, no, I get it, but one of those things, isn't it?
Yep. Here's what it is it not?
It is.
It is. It is good, sir.
According to Mrs. G, that's your catchphrase.
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Is it Mrs. G?
Don't you? Yeah, there you go. She just said it. Yeah. I prefer the Mark's catchphrase of spot on. Spot on.
Spot on.
Exactly.
All ticky laboo. Here's what it is. But I need to talk to the Mrs. G about Griffcon. About what the plan of attack is.
Ah.
What I need to bring up with me and XYZ.
Mark needs to liaise with you about Griffcon.
Yes, he does.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've reminded her.
It's all good. It's all good. Just with everything going on the past couple of weeks, it kind of went, oh shit. Kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, it's only like 2 months away now.
Yeah, that's the scary
even.
thing about it. It's like, oh, Jesus, you know. Because I need to figure out.
It'll be here before you know it.
That's the scary thing about it. That one, it is what it is. I'm crying out loud.
It is what it is, yeah, indeed.
Tis what it is. TIS.
Yeah. Tis what it is.
But yeah, I need to figure out what the young lady's gonna do when she comes up as well.
She can just hang out with Beth.
But you know what I mean. Just have a plan of attack. It's just more of a plan of attack of what's actually going on.
There's a plan?
In theory. Theory, good sir.
Do I look like a man that has a plan?
If things don't change, they'll just stay the same. Yep, that is one. Yep.
That
I think he's taking the mick out of my phrases. Because I was thinking of bringing up a little bit of my drop fleet up with me. Just to showcase.
music is quite loud. Yeah, I don't know why the music's suddenly gone loud. Hold on. Let me.
What do you mean, Munch? What do you mean? Hey, it's most confusion.
Let me turn the music down slightly. Why?
Pardon me?
There you go. How's that now? If I turn Mark up a little bit more.
Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want them to hear me.
Having said that, where has my Discord gone?
I can still hear you. It's all good, Munch. It's all good. I know you're not taking like a major Mickey or anything like that. Because if you were, Disney would be having words.
Still a tad loud over my voice. Okay, let's turn my audio input up a little bit. La la la. La 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 la. How's that now? How does that sound?
Hello. My name is Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there because I didn't change anything.
Called Discord. It has a funny 5 minutes.
Coming in loud and clear. There we go. Okay. I think it might have just been that music track that was like extra loud for some reason.
Ah, fair enough. just for my own peace of mind, whenever I do collabs with people, I just turn off the music because I know it just causes a headache. Because for whatever
I
reason,
do kind of like to have like a little bit of background to just like fill in the moments where there's no talking.
oh no, 100%. I just notice sometimes my streaming software would have a hissy fit of like too many audio inputs.
We don't like it.
Yeah,
It's
basically.
like my brain, too many tabs open.
But I don't likes it. No likesy.
Okay, this is starting to come together. Can't do anything until that shade has dried now, though. We'll put the base texture down. I'm talking of music, though. We did say that we were going to have a little bit of fun and create our own little theme tune.
Yeah, I'll let you have fun with that. I'm curious how that will actually come out.
Yeah. Having said that, I have recently been playing around with creating a Gusthhut theme tune.
Oh, fair enough.
I've got a few different versions of it and that, so I kind of want people's opinion.
Oh, that's all good.
I'm not 100% happy with it and that, so I might have to go through like several more variations of that. But I want to kind of the lyrics probably need changing a little bit, but yeah, I'm trying to get the tone right.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't think it's quite there.
Yeah, well,
it's close, but it's
there's no point rushing it and then you're not happy with it, kind of thing.
No, true.
I think AI, just in general, AI, when it's used in correctly, you know, it is a really interesting tool. You know, it really is interesting. Like, I've been able to use it for thumbnails and images, where me personally, me hiring someone to try and do those images would cost me an arm and a leg each time.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm still trying to dial in how the AI and stuff work, because then there's a theme to it. So I'm still testing it. So some people may notice there's alterations within the styles. Pardon me. But
there is a little bit of a learning curve to trying to get out of it what you're expecting it to do.
Yeah, because you need to know to use the correct terminology, shall we say. 6+ and Gus theme banana splits. Yeah,
la 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 la.
It is very much a learning curve. Like you said, for what you want to get out of it, you need to know the prompts to give it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I know some people that I work with and stuff like that, and they instantly go, oh well, I can tell it reads like AI. I can tell this and tell that. It's like, that's fine. Think that's how your brain perceives it. But if the message is coming across that it's what I intend the message to come across, what I want it to say, then that's all good by me.
That's the thing, though. The line is becoming so blurred that it's just starting to get to the point, though, where people are saying, oh, that's AI, I can tell.
And it's not.
And it turns out it's actually not.
Yeah.
And it's actually somebody's actual work. And you're like, well, no, it's not. So it's like, yeah.
Not clear cut.
No.
And for me personally, me being very dyslexic and dyspraxic, I have mechanisms to be able to do what I can do. And I really like the idea that when I'm doing a post, like I'm doing a description post or something like that, I can use the AI that I have the mic on, and I say what I would like it to do, and then it listens to it, it types it up, and then I can go through and just amend if my accent came out wrong, so something wasn't typed up correctly, and I go, cool, do it. And it assists me with that. And I just find that personally so useful. so useful because instead of
Yeah.
it being stuck in my head and I can't get it out on paper, I've now got this this way of doing it. It was like when I was at school and college, I had a is it a dictator? Someone who writes down for exams what you say. I don't know what the terminology is. Like a note taker.
Yeah, like a stenographer kind of.
Yeah. So that's how I treat.
That's the like the person from a courtroom that takes down notes. But,
Yeah, but the
I don't know if
equivalent.
that's
You know
like
what I
a
mean?
universal term or not. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
I know.
equivalent, like a note taker, a helper, and stuff like that. That's the way I think of it now. I just think of it as, you know, I know what I want to say, but I use this to allow me to say it in an articulated way.
Doesn't AI just kind of steal artists' work? It uses
used to.
existing works as training data, but to be fair, that's no real different than taking inspiration from somebody else's work.
Because it will use it as a template to work from. The
Yeah.
old AI,
Yeah,
old AI.
but basically,
yeah.
AI has to be trained,
Yeah.
and you have to input data in order to train it. Well, the thing is that you've now got layers upon layers of training, and it's now kind of
Creating
learning
its own
from the
stuff.
data that's it's learning from the prompts that people are putting into it. It's an AI. It's not artificial intelligence. It's a
program.
learning simulator in effect.
So when AI, when AI first came out, it was very much, you could tell it was ripping images from places. But now, because it's been there for so many years, it's got its own storage.
It's getting very hard to tell. And I don't know. It's like because you can. I don't know how they do it, but the algorithm on like YouTube and things like that, they have like preloaded in like every like copyrighted song that there is, so that and they have like detectors set in place that if somebody is playing that music, then it will detect it and go, no, you're playing that copyrighted music. Now, I don't know what would then happen if you were to have something that was generated by AI. Would it then pick up that it's using like snippets of other work? I don't think it would, to be perfectly honest, because it's changed enough
Work.
that it's kind of its own original concept. Yes, it's used training data, but that's like turning around and saying that
Take
like
away.
a guitarist music isn't his own work because he learned how to play a guitar by playing Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
So
let's go down the rabbit hole potentially of
Yeah.
Games Workshop. Take down everything you've ever created because you took inspiration from something else.
yeah. So yeah, the lines have become very blurred.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying it's right for someone to turn around and say they've created bespoke. Munchie says bye everything then. I'm not saying it's right for someone to go, I'm gonna create bespoke artwork for someone and they charge for it and they've used AI. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, for me, as an example, I've been able to use it to be like, I need a thumbnail image design that I can then put into my Photoshop and amend it, instead of trying to troll through Google and find an image that kind of works. I can actually have something more bespoke made.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a big YouTube budget on thumbnails and artwork and sources, stuff like that. I personally don't have that luxury, regrettably. But
No.
I find it really cool for like the fun and quirky stuff because it's just
I don't
yeah.
think you should create things with AI and then sell them as your own thing
Yes.
and peddle them as your own thing.
Works.
I don't agree with that.
No.
But so like the whole music thing and that, I don't have a particularly good relationship with music. It's not a form of entertainment that I've ever really gelled with in my life.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'll hear like a song and it's like, oh yeah, that's a really nice song. And then I'll hear like other songs from like the same artist and they'll be like, yeah, no, but it's not as good as that other one they did. So the main issue is that the music that I want to listen to doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist because it's like, oh, I want to hear about this one specific thing in this one specific style. And it's like, yeah, well, that doesn't exist. Now I can make it exist. I can create a style and I can create a subject and then mash those together, let the computer do all the work. And it was just like, okay, I'm now listening to the thing that I've been yearning to listen to. It's like, brilliant.
Yeah, like on my screen, showed on my phone, I just thought the Space Wolf that I've painted up, this one here, for a great, showcasing, I put it into the AI software and I was like, could you please redraw this image using the model, using the colours there, just redraw it and put it in a snowy background. That's it.
That's pretty close. That's pretty damn close.
Like, just for shits and giggles. And then I was like, can you do this Blood Angel here? You could definitely tell there were some limitations there.
Yeah.
But it's those kind of things, and I think that's where sometimes you got to have a
what
little
program
bit of
is
fun
that you were
with.
using?
Chat GBT or whatever.
Oh, it's just Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my Legion of the Damned model that I painted up, I just done the same. All blazing and stuff. The problem it had was my Votan model. Because I painted his skin quite pallid, it made it think that it was a skull. So there is still a lot of learning that you got to do. And then I told it, oh, it's supposed to have a more dwarven head. And then done that instead. So it's still learning. The software is still learning. There you go.
Yeah, I would have said to give it more human features, but rather than dwarven.
Yeah. But it's such a useful little bit of kit. And it is genuinely learning as it goes along, if that makes sense. And my post that I done yesterday about men's mental health, I was like, okay, let's give it a go and make an image. That's the thing it came up with from my prompt that I told it, the description I wanted for the image. That's what it came up with.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's getting scarily good.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it missed an Aquila bit on the other side, and it done like a double symbol, a comma before the D. But unlike that was straight off the vocalizing the kind of thing I wanted it to do. And it doesn't take anything away from its message.
No.
But yeah, that's the thing. I made him firstborn. How was it? But yeah, that's the thing. I think like we said, if someone's using it and saying it's their own work, no, that's not on. But I do know businesses that will create artwork and concepts for sculpts and things like that. And they'll use a little bit of AI just to throw in prompts to start the brainstorming. Then have all these different images, and then they work from that. And it just speeds up the process no end. Yeah, 100%. At the beginning of AI, it had to learn from somewhere.
Mm. That's good falafel.
Good fluffle.
Mrs. G just been making falafel and she just fed me some.
Never
Quite
had
nice.
it. Never had it.
It's like a chickpea kind of,
Tea and sweet potato.
yeah, chickpea and sweet potato kind of hash.
Oh, nice. I may have to give it a
A
go.
little bit of a.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that. What's the dip?
Yogurt and mint.
Oh, tzatziki, basically.
Oh yeah, 100% Munchie. Yeah, I wanted to try and use the AI to help with charity image, but I kept trying to tell it hold the paintbrush the correct way around, and the paintbrush kept being held backwards. So that's the thing. The software's still learning. One of the things that I've really struggled with back in the day was proportions. Really struggled with anatomy. But it has got a lot better. Yeah, me and the lady are trying to get back onto the healthy eating again. But it's an interesting journey. Chonka chonk away. What's everyone's plans for the rest of their weekend then?
Well, I've got to get ready for work later on, so I've got that to look forward to.
Fair enough.
I'm currently writing the prompt for our theme song.
That's all good. If they keep making that mistake with their weapons, we'll be fine. Yes, Skynet will hold the weapons back to front. But yeah, it is a genuine tool, I would say as well. Silly not to utilize it. Good. I think I'm gonna be playing Mario Kart and stuff with Kelly's sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with Mario Kart and those kind of like. I think they got Mario Party. I think's one of the ones as well. But you know, those kind of like Wii party games you used to get back in the day. But yeah, as I said, I just want to figure out what I'll be bringing up to GriffCon and what I'll be doing, bits and pieces, going from there. $39. 39? Why are you 39? Oh, there you are. That's the thing as well, because things are getting so crews are getting so big and so intricate. Trying to find a bit is an interesting one. I used to like Buzz on PlayStation 2, like a game. Oh, those would be cool. I need to figure out how I'm actually going to paint up these Votan vehicles. The Votan were a mixture of like slap chop and weathering. Like, how do I do the vehicle? In the slap chop mechanic.
Okay, music is currently generating.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
This is good.
All
It's going to
jokes
generate
aside.
2 versions.
I may even actually use that the redraw mechanic at some point in the future. I'll take photos of my Batman figures that I've painted up and be like, set them in a Gotham inspired city street or something, and it'd be interesting to see how they draw it.
Right, this will be how we end up the stream, or from my end at least.
It's all good. Okay. Does remind me I need to go through eBay and redo. May sit down with a nice cup of tea. Work on them.
Oh, it didn't. It didn't do. Hold on. Let me.
It didn't like the idea of me being involved. It was like, no, cannot be involved. Not allowed. Rare. I need to check what the weather forecast is like. If the weather is going to be raining tomorrow, I might as well head out. Sir?
Because I didn't put a title in.
Yeah, I need to mow the lawn today because there's a 25% chance of rain tomorrow and Tuesday. So later on today, I'm going to mow both lawns. Adult things, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all got to do it.
Okay. We do indeed. We do indeed. I actually need to get out and trim the edges of the grass and that. I did like the first big cut the other week.
Oh, that's fair
Because
enough.
well, our garden's always been a bit like patchy and really hard to get the grass to grow. But last year they removed one of the big oak trees that was kind of shading our garden. So since then it's been getting a lot more sunlight. So it's kind of the grass has gone a bit mental.
It is playing catch up, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I did the first cut, but then I wanted to kind of let it kind of re-establish itself after the first cut before I started trimming the edges. But
Yeah, let it. Yeah, like you said,
yeah,
let it.
annoyingly, since then the weather hasn't been good.
That is the sod's law of it. It sounds being summoned by the wife. No worries, Munch. No worries. Send her my love.
Yeah, we had like 3-4 weeks where we had like blazing sunshine, nothing but good weather, and then over the last couple of weeks, and that the hasn't wanted to make up its mind as to what it's doing from 1 minute to the next.
the whole. Oh yeah, I want like the other half. She'll be like, Mark, why do you keep telling me your idea of you're gonna do the lawn today? I was like, because I need to just articulate it that you know what I'm trying to do. She's like, it's raining. I'm like, damn it! Why do you forsake me, weather?
It's still generating.
That's all good. Like, oh, I'll let the guinea pigs out so they can run around and mow the lawn. I said, they're not going to mow it quick enough. Guinea pigs ahoy.
Why is it saying network error?
Network being drained too much.
Yeah, no.
Or, pardon me. And don't belch too much.
Try doing that again.
Chunka chunks away.
Doesn't seem to want to play ball.
Oh. Sounds silly. Is the prompt too long?
No.
Ah, fair enough. If it was out enough 25 minutes. But how dare you prompt?
I've definitely done longer prompts than this one.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. I wasn't sure if it was like, no, how dare you? How dare you, good sir?
It's just the song's written. It's just the music generator, and that's having a bit of a fit.
Oh.
Ah, here we go. Oh, no, it failed again. Prompt contained inappropriate material. Hold on.
What did you tell it? Oh. What did you tell it? Good. Does it actually tell you which bit was flaring it up?
No.
That is one of the downsides with AI. Sometimes you'll give it a prompt and you think you're fine, and one day it's fine. The next day it's like, oh, cannot do this due to against policies. and it could be just a slight difference in terminology.
Okay. Maybe it's because I asked it to include you swinging a sword around.
Ah, the S word.
I don't know. It doesn't seem overly.
Well, compared to the Slaanesh stuff, yeah. Who? Except for Overlord. Skynet is. Or the Matrix. Here's a question. If you were in the Matrix, would you like to know if you were in the Matrix, or would you like to just life?
Mm, yeah, no, I think I wouldn't want to know. Yeah, let's see if removing that changes anything.
What does everyone else think? If you were in the Matrix, would you want to know you're in the Matrix? Want to still carry on everyday life?
Why isn't this working?
That's not like the.
Oh my god, the robots are unionizing. My god, they're organized.
They get in a union and rights. Oh dear God. No, they're revolting.
Well, that's just mean. They're not that bad. The peasants are revolting.
Carefully not to cut my own thumbs up. I will say with the copyright thing on YouTube, it is a pain in the backside because it will say, oh yeah, you got no copyright strikes, it's all clear, it's all, all good with your music. And then like a week later, it'd be like, oh, there's copyright strike, copyright. It's like, you told me it was all clear.
Don't contain inappropriate material. Like what? That's really weird. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Anyway, I need to. We need to call an end to the stream anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
Who we
So
going?
yeah, yeah. You going to be carrying on?
I am going to move on, good sir, because as I said, I need to do adult things before the weather changes, and also I'm
Yeah,
getting a
I've
little
got,
bit high from the plastic glue.
Yeah, I've only got a few hours before I got to be at work, so
Oh, that's fair enough.
yeah. So thank you everybody for joining in today. If you're not already following the channel, please do hit that follow button, get yourself into our Discord as well. ! Discord in chat. Bring up the link and you can hang out with our wonderful community. I've been streaming today with the wonderful 6 Plus Save, also known as the Cornish Fruit Loop, or Mr. Marky Moo. Various other names that I could probably mention not out loud.
Oh my god, now you make it sound so bad.
Well, not as bad as it could be, sweet cheeks.
That is true. That is true. It has been an absolute pleasure, good sir. If you are, if you're not already following the lovely Gus, which I'll be surprised if you're not already are following the lovely Gus, please by and show him all the love and appreciation that you can do. But yes, I think we are going to raid on side, good sir, because after I mow the lawn, I'm going to sort out some graphics for the Macmillan thing out in the top corner. Go from there so we can advertise it a bit more.
Yeah. Should we do Hobby Time at Healy's?
Yeah, might as well. Show them some love.
Yep.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Bye, everyone. Tootie bye.
Cheery boy.